Welcome to Everything Currency. I'm your host Jay, and today I got a new video for you guys. I just want to talk about some news in the crypto space that's going down right now. It's making a couple coins pump, and to me it's just very interesting. So let's go ahead and get right into it. Right now you can see the price of Bitcoin is at 92.48. You can see all the fiat is coming out of the US and going straight into Bitcoin. So I love looking at this and just seeing it and just saying, what, this is great. If you think that the US is the only ones buying Bitcoin, you can come down here and change the currency and see that there's other places as well. But first things first, Max Kaiser US HashWar with Iran can send Bitcoin price to 500k. Not sure about that yet. I don't really know if the US really knows what's going. I mean, of course they know what's going down, but I think they're really just trying to stop it. But I don't really know if they're, I mean, what am I talking about? The US, of course they know, and of course they're making plans to go ahead and go against some of the people like Venezuela and Iran who already own 30% of the hash rate. And I'm just wondering if the US really cares about the hash rate in the long run. So the more countries that adopt Bitcoin, like China's adopting already, Russia's adopting already, Canada's adopting already, and now we have Venezuela and Iran, I wonder what United States plans on doing about that. And if I know anything about my country is they've already been working on it for years. They've probably been collecting for a long time, collecting hash rate, collecting Bitcoin and stuff like that. So as far as it pushing the price up, the reason why I don't think this is going to happen to the extent of 500k is because I don't really think that they're just going to be trying to give away a bunch of money. Because if you look right here, it says at some point America will say we have got to enter the 21st century space race of mining Bitcoin, and then they'll try to save 20% of the hash rate, and then security goes up dramatically, and then the price goes, like, that's a lot of thens and thens and thens and thens and thens. So what does this mean for us? I don't really be putting my eggs in the basket when this guy Max Kaiser talks a super perma bull, so take everything that he says with a grain of salt. But it's cool to think about, like, this whole thing with the hash war between Iran and the United States. Like, what? Like, what are they? Do they even care? That's my question. Do they even care about Bitcoin, or like, where does this come from? You know what I mean? Uncensorable, unconfiscatable, undestructible wealth. I mean, they could just ban it and hope for the best. I mean, throw your ass in jail for it. You know what I mean? Like, then it'll just go underground, and then it'll be like some underground thing, and then it won't be as big as it could be, like other things, like cannabis, for example. So that's the first thing that I'm thinking about when I read stuff like this. So I'm just like, whatever. And the next thing that I want to talk about is the DOS network. So been very disappointed at this coin's communication. And people are like, what? It's a scam, because now they're coming out with this whole DeFi craze and saying, hey, look, we're DeFi too. Don't forget about us. But they had a big ICO and they had a lot of people who are interested. And when you come over here to the CoinGecko, you can see that, first let me come pull up the chart. Pull up this chart, you can see that, like, when they announced this news, the price shot up 100%, and then the price went all the way back down. And for me, it was like, I sold because it shot up 100%. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so for me, I knew it was gonna have a sell-off. What? It shot up. I mean, okay, I thought I was smart, but I wasn't, because it went up 300%, and then it sold off. So I barely sold, and that happened like, if you zoom in right here, you can see that it happened in a matter of like minutes. So I'm wondering if this team is pulling off some pump and dumps and stuff like that, or if there were just people who were just waiting to sell off like I was. The volume on this sell off is kind of nothing, but you can see that it's kind of like, seems kind of scammy, kind of pump and dumpish. The only thing that really gives me hope on this project, you can go ahead and watch my other video I did about this project before. It was one of my low cap gems. In all transparency, I sold a lot of it off, but I still hold a little bit just because and they're making announcements, and it's a competitor to Chainlink. So I think when people start seeing, oh wait, there's Chainlink competitors, they might just be looking at it just because of hype alone. So for the short term, that's one of the things that I look at, is the speculation wave that these coins have in the short term. But in the long term, I'm like, I don't know, because in the long term, if you come right here on CoinGecko, you can look at the overview and go to the developer overview, and you can see their Reddit, and you can see that they've been working. So this is one thing that's been keeping me kind of interested in this project, is the fact that they've been working. If you go to the Telegram, the whole community's pissed. They don't come out. They basically came out and said, we're going to focus on getting this stuff done because we want the mainnet to go right. We want to do it right. And we don't really care about y'all. We're going to build a product and then we'll worry about y'all later. So I'm like, yeah, I don't know. That's one of the first in the crypto space. But I see them working, so it seems cool. They have some, a little bit of, stuff going on here. Some issues. The issues picked up after they made this announcement about having some updates this week. So that's one of the things that put people in a frenzy over this coin, was that they said that they were going to announce something this week. And I'm ready to see what they're going to announce. So keep an eye on this, keep an eye on DOS Network. But just to give you a little comparison, if you go here and try to compare it to Chainlink, it's not even a match. Because if you go to their developers right here and you look at their activity alone, this is DOS, 78 stars, 10 forks, couple 5 watchers, 5 contributors. But if you go to Chainlink, this is Chainlink, 996 stars, 51 contributors, 154 watchers. So you can see that it's not really like a comparison right now between DOS and Chainlink. But they have some news coming up, and it's DeFi. DeFi's hot right now, so I'm putting it on your radar. And yeah, keep a stop loss in place. And not only that, like, these coins have low liquidity, so keep that in mind. Which, if you don't know what that means you might buy a whole bunch, and then when you go back to sell it, there's nobody who wants to buy it. So be careful with the low cap gems when it comes to that. Sometimes they're really just long-term plays. You're like throwing money away. The next thing I want to talk about, Cardano. Everybody's big on Cardano right now. I was big on Cardano couple years ago. The market cap is already 2.9 billion. So for me, there's less potential of it to pump like 10x, 100x and stuff like that, like how we like. But there's still potential for this coin in the long run to pump, and in the short term as well, if you're not really greedy. But they made a new website. Looks nice, looks pretty. I'm just like, okay, I waited 2 years for a new website. Okay. And then they have their roadmap that they updated on June 26th. Okay, that's cool. But the thing about it is, news does something to the price. So looking at the chart of Cardano, you can see that this is on Binance right here. And I have this trend line that I extended from like a long time ago. Actually, yeah, when was this? This was in May. And you can see that it's still above it. So it's in an uptrend, in my opinion, right now. So yeah, volume starting to pick up again, but right now it had a nice overbought, so the price is going down, doing what it's supposed to do. So Cardano, they got some news. The Shelly came out. So in my opinion, the Shelly was the news. So I don't know if that's going to pump the price anymore. But moving on, Binance finalizes a deal to buy a major stake in Swipe. So they want to get the credit card launch payments thing going. And, with the whole issue with crypto.com and the 10x cards with their suppliers and how they had problems like that, the Binance card might be looking good. The Binance card is coming. If you look at the Binance chart, it's looking very nice to me right now. Looking like something that I might jump into. And yeah, it's looking like a nice chart right now, this Binance coin. And they got, Binance has been doing it. They bought CoinMarketCap, and they're just buying up all these projects. They got new projects coming they're working with YRX to help out the people in India when it comes to Bitcoin and stuff like that. So I'll definitely keep the Binance coin on your radar going forward. Right now it's $15, the all-time high. I believe the all-time high was like 20 something dollars, and that was actually this year. $27 was the all-time high, and that was actually earlier this year. So Binance is doing big things. A lot of people hate on Binance. A lot of people are not sure if it's legit or not. I'm not sure if it's legit or not, but in all crypto, you got to make sure that you just keep yourself safe, because we don't know what's legit or not. We don't even know if cash is legit or not now when we see what's going on with the Fed in the United States and all this stuff. So like and subscribe, turn on post notifications. If you have any questions about anything in this video, if you have any other news about any of these coins that I talk about in this video, let me know. I know you guys are gonna give me a whole bunch of news on some random coins that I never even heard of, and I appreciate that, and I like it because y'all helped me find some gems before. So till next time, peace.